Hello everyone, we're going to be taking a look at two Smiths today. I have a Smith & Wesson M&P40 and a Smith & Wesson SD40. Now I've heard a lot of people saying, I've read it around, that the SD is just the new version of the Sigma. I don't know if I quite agree with that. I have a friend who's got a Sigma that I've shot quite a bit, and it's definitely an upgrade. Okay, these two guns, the frames and the grip angle, very similar. The SD is a little more blocky, it's not quite as sleek looking, but very close. And the M&P40. Okay. So these guns both feel very good in the hand. I've had a couple people shoot these guns and they tend to like the grip, the feel. I like them a lot also. The M&P40 has different back straps. It comes with 3 different back straps that you can put in here to adjust how it fits in your hand. This is the medium one. I like it. It's got kind of a bump here. It's got a bump on the back, so it fits my hand really well. I have a buddy of mine who shoots with me. He shot this. He doesn't like it. He has smaller hands and he likes the smaller back strap. That's the beauty of this gun, is you can adjust it and get it to fit your hand the way you want. The SD, on the other hand, I keep safety checking these weapons. A habit of mine. Every time I pick up a gun, I do that. This has that same little bump right there and kind of the bump back here, which I happen to like. So this does not have changeable back straps. So you're stuck with it. But if you have medium-sized hands like I do, it fits real nice. Now the SD has a long, heavy double-action trigger, or double-action type trigger. It does cock the striker a little bit, but it's not fully cocked like a single-action weapon would be. And if you're not used to double-action, like a lot of people are not, they're going to complain about the trigger, say it's heavy, but it's something you just have to train and get used to. They both have this little, I guess, paddle almost on the trigger where, notice if I'm pulling on the top, it will not fire. I have to actually pull down here to get it to fire. The M&P40 has a single action style trigger. Again, it's got the same paddle. It won't shoot unless you pull from the bottom. This is a single action trigger. The striker is already cocked and ready to go. It's just a matter of you releasing the striker. Much lighter trigger, single action style trigger, and just depends on what you prefer. I like them both. To take these guns apart, pull down on these 2 little tabs here. Pull the trigger and off comes the slide. The M&P, on the other hand, you drop this little lever down, and inside there's a striker disconnect, which I'll show you in a second, that allows you, because no slide won't come off unless you pull the trigger. Some people are very antsy about pulling the trigger on a gun. Of course, these weapons have been safety checked multiple times, as you've seen, and they're pointed in a safe direction. I'm not worried about shooting anything over there anyway. So, this little lever right here, you drop this down, and you can see the little lever, there it is. This little lever right here, if you notice when it's down, this little silver piece here, which is what actually releases the striker, is down, so the striker is unable to be cocked. But when you push this, notice the striker is now able to be cocked, and you pull the trigger, that moves out of the way, lets go of the striker, and fires the gun. So that's a feature. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it's a little unnecessary. 2 frames are, they're pretty close. Slides, very close. Extractors, ports, they're shaped, almost the same. It's a little different design on the whatever. I can't think of the name of it right now. Anyway, I know you guys are going to put comments up there and tell me. It's got the striker safety is in a different position between the two, but well. Okay, I'll put them back together. Now, if you forget to put that little lever back in place when you slide the magazine in there, it will will push the lever back up, allowing you to fire the weapon. Okay. Capacity. The SD40 holds 14 rounds. These are 40 caliber, of course, 14 rounds of 40. The M&P holds 15 rounds of 40, plus 1 in the tube for both. Now, the SD40 has a front night sight, so it would glow in the dark if we were in the dark. They both have the loaded chamber. I don't know if you'd call it an indicator. You can look down through the hole and see the round in there, or do a press check like most people do. I do like these better on the M&P. They're a little sharper. I like the design. You get better grip on it if you had gloves on and your hands were wet or cold or something. Versus these are wider but not nearly as sharp, not as much traction. Value, the SD40 is about, I think retails about $400 on it. If you look around, you get them for under $400, close to $350 or so. If you look used, you can usually find them a little less than that. I know Smith has a deal that they sell one with a light and a little lockbox on it. If it's a bedside gun, it's always a good idea to have a light on there. I didn't mention that they both do have accessory rails for lights or a bayonet or something. I've seen in the magazines some stick a knife on the end. That's kind of funny. Both have adjustable sights. This is the SD40, adjustable front sight, adjustable rear sight. The M&P, again, adjustable sights, front sights adjustable, so is the backs. Value, I didn't finish up. So under about $400 retail for the SD40. The M&P retail, I think Smith has it for about $600 or so. Shop around, you should get them in the $500-ish range. One thing I do like about these guns, and not all of them are this way, it says right here, capable of firing without or with magazine removed. So no magazine in there. If you had a round in the chamber, it would fire. Also, this one says the same thing, capable of firing with magazine removed. I think having a magazine disconnect is a unnecessary safety mechanism. You take the magazine out, the gun should still be able to fire. There's many things that could happen in the heat of the moment where the magazine might come out, be removed, or say you're just going to load and top off your clip or your gun if you're in some kind of a gunfight or something. If you know you only have 1 or 2 rounds left, you might want to drop the magazine and put in another one. But what happens if someone surprises you? You want to still be able to shoot the gun. Or if your magazine release fails or something, the magazine falls out, you still want to be able to shoot. And there's all kinds of reasons why that's kind of a useless feature to have, but the safety people think it's something they need. Okay, what else can we say? These are both great guns. I highly recommend both of them. Whichever you can get your hands on, go buy one. Smith is a great name, lifetime warranty. You can't go wrong with anything Smith. Maybe a Sigma, but that's another story. We won't get into that argument. But like I said, I have shot a Sigma. One of my friends I shoot with has a Sigma, and this is much better. We'll just leave it at that. Much better. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them. I'll try to respond to everything I can. Anyway, go out and buy one of these guns. Can't go wrong with a Smith. Thanks. Have a good day.